All right, we're finding the value of the variable, and you can see that this triangle that they give us is not oriented the same way that the special right triangle, the 30, 60, 90 triangle that I've inserted on the right-hand side. It's not oriented the same. So what you've got to do is you've got to see that, like which side matches with which. You can see the short side, what they gave us is 5. That corresponds with x. The long side, the hypotenuse, is 10. That corresponds with 2x. X is 5. And the side that we're missing corresponds with x root 3. So we've got to take the x side, 5, and we've got to multiply it by square root of 3, which is what we always do to the short side, the short leg, to get the long leg. So straight away, there's our answer. Boom. Okay, that one was pretty easy if you know what to do. You take the short leg and you multiply it by root 3 to get the long. Here, you might notice, depending on if you got a printed copy of the study guide or something like that, you might notice that these actually have different answers than what I had printed out for those kids that got it, because I needed to change this question. It was incorrect. It did not have answers for the values that were given. So I uploaded a new study guide with the correct one on here. So forgive me if you have the wrong one and you're like, I don't know how to do this. Do these numbers and choose it from these numbers. But let's see. We know the one side we do know here is the hypotenuse as 16 root 3. And so we can say 16 root 3 is equal to, what do we have over here on the hypotenuse? We have that equal to 2x. So we set that equal to 2x. And then if we wanted to solve for that, we'd have to divide by 2. We're solving for the x. And we get 16 root 3 divided by 2. Well, that 16 can be divided by 2 to be 8 root 3. And that's what x is equal to. Now, the funny, tricky part is that we typically are referring to x as the short leg. Okay? So when I say x is equal to that, what I mean is the short leg is equal to that. And I can say the short leg is equal to x root 3. Okay? The short leg is equal to x root 3. But in the diagram they gave us, the short leg is labeled as y. So we need y. The answer y needs to be equal to x root 3. And that is answer B, right? So let's check the rest of it. Now that we know that the short leg is equal to, and I put that equals over there. I should actually, let me take that off of there. I didn't mean to put that there. I meant to put it here. Okay, and that's exactly half the amount that the hypotenuse is. That's always the case with the short leg. It's half the amount of what the hypotenuse is. Now, we can then take that short leg. Let's do this in this pink color. We can take the length of the short leg here, and on the diagram, the short leg is x. The long leg is x times root 3. So if we take the short leg that we found, 8 root 3, and we always multiply that by the square root of 3, then what we have here is 8 root 3 times root 3, and these two numbers multiply together to be what? They multiply together to be 3, and that's times 8. So 8 times 3, 24. That's what the long leg has to be, 24. And you can see that that corresponds also with answer B. And so we've got B is our answer. Okay, so for this one, also a 30, 60, 90. And so we're going to bring it on back to that. We know that the short leg, and you can see them actually in this one, even though it's a mirror image, we can see that the short leg x corresponds with 11. Okay, and since that's the case, we then take that 11 and we double it for the hypotenuse. So the hypotenuse will equal 2 times that, or 22, and the long leg will be equal to that 11 times the square root of 3. So then we're looking for which one is that. They have x equaling 11 root 3, and y equaling 22, and that is B. Done.